Okay, we'll just run quickly down back in Pakistan and US. There's a group called the Balochistan Liberation Army that has been like banned and declared as a terrorist organization by the State Department of the US, which is being considered a big step from the Pakistan side, because these are the same people being funded by India to like attack Pakistanis, Balochis, and Chinese businessmen and engineers specifically. So this is like good news coming from a side from America, and this would like help Pakistan take down these people who are actually living abroad and working things out here in Pakistan. What do you have to say about this?
Yeah, I mean the Balochistan separatism have persisted for decades, and we know in the past they have been funded by Indian Secret Service, by RA, but uh, it was equally likely that at some point they have been supported by the United States, because both U.S. and China, they have an interest to see the Belt and Road project in Pakistan get sabotaged. Now in Pakistan, the China-Pakistan Economic Corridor is actually one of the flagship project of Belt and Road project, and China very much like to see that succeed, to build more infrastructure in Pakistan, to provide more economic growth in Pakistan. So because China is very interested in stability in its neighborhood, and he thinks that by providing this economic investment into Pakistan, you'll help Pakistan, to reach prosperity. Now, India has a vested interest to see the Belt and Road Initiative fail in Pakistan. This is why there's a lot of Balochistan separatist attacks on the Chinese engineers and the Chinese projects happening in the region, particularly around Gwadar, which is a strategic port that China is helping building on the Arabian Sea, because it's very close to the mouth of Persian Gulf, right? And there was even planning of possibly constructing a pipeline, oil and gas pipeline that goes from Gwadar all the way connect to western part of China in Xinjiang. So that way, ships, oil and gas can load from Persian Gulf. They can be unloaded at Gwadar directly, uploaded onto the pipeline and go to China. That will that will means that the energy, Chinese energy, will no longer have to depend on Strait of Malacca. Because U.S. Navy had repeatedly said Strait of Malacca will be a choking point where they can choke off Chinese energy supply. So Gwadar is one of the considered one of the alternatives. So the idea for China is building a string of pearls. So there's not one singular choking point. There's no single point of failure, and U.S. Navy cannot be at all places at all time. So so for a long time, both U.S. and India have an incentive to see the Pakistan China economic corridor to fail. Now, what happened with U.S. placing the BLA on the terrorist list? This is a result of the recent warming of ties between Pakistan and United States, right? And we saw that after the Pakistan Indian conflict, more recently. And this is good, very good for Pakistan, because you will at least you will cut off the funding from one possible sponsors. You will just be India that will be the remaining sponsor of the PLA at this point. Um, so that's very good for Pakistan. It's also very good for China, because the Chinese engineer has been the major target of the BLA terrorist attacks on Pakistan. And again, India's been kind of left holding the bag, because um, you know it's, U.S. Trump, at least the Trump administration, just don't see much value that India is providing right now, um, as a possible partner to contain China, especially after they saw the performance of Indian Air Force in the recent Pakistan-India conflict. When you can be defeated by Pakistan using Chinese weapons, then how can we depend on you to contain China militarily, right? So that's, like I said, Trump only respects strength. He despises weakness. He preys on weakness, and the one reason United States is warming up ties with Pakistan, or mm, other parts of possible reason, is maybe they want to peel off Pakistan from China, but I don't think that's going to happen because, again, Pakistan China relationship goes way back. Like all the attempt of turn Russia against China or peel Pakistan away from China. I don't think those aims will be accomplished. But this is net positive for both Pakistan and China, that BLA got blacklisted as terrorist groups.